Okay, the town is nothing but ghosts and now covered in more dredge bodies, too. Remarkably, as you're about to leave, you find an old man sitting quietly in a tattered market stall with a couple of items in front of him. He hums to himself as if nothing is wrong and seems to be in shock. Your clansmen gather him into the caravan before you leave. So that means we can trade, I think. Total available, none. Crap. Okay. We're going to... I always rest when I camp, but I've only got 2 days of supplies left. We're just gonna have to do what we can. Leave. This is gonna be bad, because we're gonna hit, like, no supplies point here in just a minute. It's where we start losing numbers. And that's the part I really hate. The caravan consists of more clansmen than you ever expected. Accusations of stolen chickens, missing heirlooms, and concerns over daughters' virtues. The sort of thing you hear relentlessly. Even fighters complain of spreading too thin to protect everyone. Form a council to handle these problems. You select a few older members to solve everyday issues, but infighting neuters their progress. Other members feel they could do a better job. Ultimately, when it buys some time, the council dissolves, tired of thankless and demanding work. Wow. That was a waste. See, there's a lot of points in this game where it seems like you have non-choices. They give you a choice, but it doesn't really matter what you're going to do. Uh-oh. Oh, another godstone. A goddess this time. I wonder who. Is that a person? At the base? That right there? No, it's too big. It's an interesting shape, though. The Godstone of Ingrid, goddess of knowledge, looks on as the caravan takes a much-needed rest. Ivor shoos some children away from a solitary dredge slinger lying dead beneath the stone. That's what that is. Should we be worried about that? Asks Ivor, pointing to the dredge body. I don't think so, he replies. Oh, you ask Ivor. I don't think so, he replies. Still couldn't hurt to have a few guards look around. Hours pass without warning. Inspect the Godstone. Ingrid's Godstone is carved with ancient runes which don't make much sense to you, even though Ivan tells you some of the menders have deciphered them. It's how the menders learn the language of the gods. Past the largest stone on a long series of slabs contain more writing all the way down the hill. The odd thing, he tells you, is that the writing occasionally changes depending upon who is reading it. Usually it describes the history of gods, but it can be about nearly any topic. Sadly, Ivan doesn't know how to read it himself. Juno could, he says. Pack up and move on. As you're ready to depart, you hear screams from the nearby main Godstone. The same boys, so curious about the dead dredge before shrieking and pointing. For a moment, you think it must not have been dead, but then you see that they have opened a wrapping that was in the dredge's hands. Wait, says Ivor, his arms across his chest. This shouldn't be seen. Get everyone away. A chill sweeps over. Alette pushes past and gasps. Stop. Shouts Ivor, but the curious onlookers have already seen it. What is it? Leave it. On the ground before the dead slinger is a small stony figure, its hands searching for something it can't find. That's a baby. This dredge is a woman? We've been killing women. We've been slaughtering women and children this whole time, leaving them to die? In a war, it's only the males who fight. We've been fighting these things the whole way. Why are women and children on their backs attacking us? Why are women with children on their backs attacking us? They're not invading, they're running. Everyone stops dead in their tracks. The entire caravan is gathered around, gassed. When I spoke to Juno, she told me something was coming. She didn't know what. A darkness, something black is covering the world, and the dredge are running from it just as we're running from them. The serpent, the quake, it's all the beginning of the end. Ivor? You knew. Why? Why didn't you say something? Ivor? When I was young, I killed one of the Sundar during the Second Great War. We called it raise. Every time we would build our defenses, it would flatten them and push us back again. I became separated from the rest of the varl and stumbled upon Raise deep in the snowstorm. Alone. She was nursing. I threw my axe, it twisted in the wind. Her son died in her arms. She was so pathetic, kneeling in the snow. She didn't even try to stop me when I took her head. That's how I killed Asunder. When I found my way to Gropheim, the varl wanted to make me tender, next to be king. I left, walked until I ended up in Skogar, where no one knew what I had done. The only sound is the wind blowing through the trees. That's why he's so upset. Oh, for a long time, nobody says anything until a child breaks the silence. What do we do with the baby, she asks. A lump forms in your throat, looking at the small obsidian creature squirming before you. The dredge are bad enough. If they think we've taken one of their young, I don't want to begin to think what they're going to do with us. I'm going to insist on leaving it behind. You plead a strong argument against taking the child of your enemies with you, pointing out that Bellower is still bearing down on you even now. The debate reaches a fever pitch before one of the varl in the caravan walks forward and ends the thing's life. Pity for the dredge, he scoffs, shaking his head. You return to travel and try to put the whole episode behind you. Wow, that is harsh. And we're still on 0 supplies. Supplies. So, I'm not seeing a town on the horizon. We're gonna lose people. We're gonna lose people. You're making the usual rounds when you hear a rather loud debate coming from the area that varl have gathered. Ivor joins you as you approach. Oh, God. Ubin, you'd rather be known for falling asleep and dying in a corner of a meat house than battling Asunder. No, I'd rather be known for not dying. Don't even know what you're worried about. I did this 100 times in the Great Wars. Take some warriors, plow headfirst into the dredge. They follow you into the hills, get lost. Now they're not following you. When you did this 100 times, did that have Bellower leading them? Have you ever heard of the time I hit Bellower in the head with a throwing axe? Both varl halt their debate when they suddenly notice you watching. Don't stop on my account. Careful, friend. A lot of old history getting thrown around here. The warriors were just noting that there's a damn good number of dredge on our asses. Bellower pulling up the rear. This one thinks he can just wander up there and throw an axe and throw them off our tracks. How about some gratitude? Thought you'd be happy to finally be oldest varl in the land, Ubin. I'm never happy to lose more varl, Krumer. Besides, I'm not convinced you're really older than me. Nobody's going anywhere. That might work on Ivor, little one. I'm not asking for your blessing. In the old days, I'd already be halfway to the battlefield by now. Speaking of which, you coming, Ingvar? You could ask Bellower for your arm back. Don't think so. Not exactly in the mood right now. All right, then. I'll tell Hatterborg you said hello. Krumer and a good many warriors head out toward the growing army of the dredge. Is he coming back? He always has before. But this time feels different, I fear. I think we just saw the end of Krumer. We're going to keep going. It looks like a tower up here. I'm seeing, but I don't know. We just kept going. Oh, no, that was the Godstone. Never mind. I see all the little knowledge things going all the way down the hill. Right. That's cool. I like that. That's an interesting idea about the goddess of knowledge. And as you look, an old man sits astride an overgrown portion. We lost all our varl, by the way. Portion of you. You lost, you ask. He adjusts the leather strap on his head and says, no. Are you? He jumps up and shuffles towards the caravan, his tattered clothes revealing no weapons. Well, I've seen better, says the old man, peering into the supply wagons, but I'll join you. He stands next to a fighter, throws his beard over his shoulder, and puffs his chest. The fighter grins and the stranger exhales, asking, what are we waiting for? Lead the way. We've already got enough mouths to feed. Feigning shock, the old man addresses a few of the children. Careful you don't grow up like them. Honor never forgets. The old man looks at you, adjusts his leather head strap, and harumphs. He kicks the wagon wheel, winces, and limps away. What the hell was that all about? Sigger home, finally. Gather around, doubters, echoes a shout in the distance as Krummer and his band of warriors break through a nearby foliage. And behold the invincible Varl. The caravan is thrilled to see Krummer return safely. Plus 36 Varl. Did the plan work? Work? Responds Ubin. Of course it worked. Same old dredge. Should be another day or two at least before they even find their own asses. And if you apologize, I'll tell how I found these, Krummer says, tossing you a pair of leather gloves that look big enough for a Varl. He leans in close, whispering so Ubin can't hear. Had something to do with the raven's nest and a hair tie. What? Dundir's hand, okay. Dundir was that god, right? Yeah, the bearded one.
As Sigurholm approaches, we fear the worst. The once calm lake surrounding it now looks like a bowl that has been flipped. Proud homes sinking into muddy water. A side effect of the quake.
Uh-oh.
What has the rest of the world become on the other side of those mountains?
That's not good. Well, I have a lot of magic items to assign to people. That's a good thing. A couple of them pretty rare, I think. One catastrophe to another, says Oddleaf. As you pull into Sigurholm, the town appears to be sinking into the lake. Townspeople peek from dark windows and makeshift hovels further up the hill. No, says Ivan, looking frantic. Where is she? He runs to the front of the caravan, looking out over the water. Juno isn't here, and you get the creeping feeling you're not welcome either. Going upriver looks out of the question. The beach is bare, aside from the occasional skeleton of a ruined fishing boat. You reluctantly set up camp in a sinking town. All I'm saying is, how long are you willing to wait? While taking stock of caravan, you inadvertently walked into a debate between Oddleaf and Ivan. As long as we need to. And I think we need to get out of here. I don't feel good about this place. Why? What's wrong? Something doesn't feel right. The people here are staring at us like those vultures in the wastes. I'm sorry, Ivan. I think Oddleaf is right. I saw a man the whole time we were setting up. He was just watching me. In a creepy way. And how long before the dredge find us here? Juno will come. We give it just a little more time. Rook, listen to me. I need you to trust me on this. I'm gonna hit the market. Let's see, renowned. Oh, total available. Ooh. Let's just tick that up as high as we can, shall we? Confirm. Awesome. 12 days worth of supplies. Let's go talk to Ivan. You're really worried about her, aren't you? What? Oh, Juno. Worried doesn't begin to describe it. If she doesn't find us here, or something has happened to her. Are you sure what you saw was real? It could have been a dream, or I don't know. You were pretty exhausted. I don't know. To be honest, I'm not sure anymore. Everything's a blur. Don't tell the others I said that. I have to hope it wasn't just a dream. Why is Bellower still following us? I saw Gropheim as it burned. Ivan gets a faraway look in his eyes. The Sundeer blew through it like a tempest. The Varl fell in the thousands. Most of the Sundeer left the city and headed south. Who knows where they are now? They might be destroying every town they come to, or heading toward Aberrang. The Bellower stayed in Gropheim, just for the sport of it, I think. As we fled to Einertoft, I thought he must want to wipe the Varl off the map completely. But then he came after us. Maybe he knew Ivor was the one who killed Reyes. Maybe, but let's just make sure he doesn't catch up. What's it like to be a mender? Being a mender? I never really thought about it like that. It's just part of me. They knew very young that I would join the order. Born into it, you could say. My mother and father are both menders. The guild is for lots of people now. Builders and healers. Do they all pull lightning out of the sky? No, that's not normal. It's one of the reasons I know Juno. She's one of the council. She helps me control things like this, so we don't end up scarring people. Scaring would be 2 R's. Scaring people. How exactly does weaving work anyway? Well, the hardest part is usually seeing the threads. Everything is part of the tapestry. It's made of threads woven together. If you can see the threads, you can manipulate them. I don't know how to explain it, really. It's like trying to play a harp with invisible strings. It sounds hard. Look at my staff, for example. Some menders carve intricate patterns into the wood to help them remember the shapes of, like I said, hard to explain. Do you think this is the end times? I don't know what to think. I wish I could give you a better answer. Even if we escape the dredge, that serpent said a darkness was covering the world. I don't know how long that will take, or what it means even. I'm just trying to solve one problem at a time. The Menders are in Arborang. If we can find ships and make it to the capital, we might have a chance. I won't take any more time. No, it's okay, Rook. I appreciate the talk. It's good to stay grounded. I spend all day worrying about serpents or Sunday. I think a lot of people are intimidated or scared, maybe, of me. But don't worry, it's nothing new. I'm used to it. Maybe sometime we can talk about things that don't include the world ending. So, let's rest. A scuffle broke out in front of the houses. "Thief!" shouts one of the people. One of your people is a group of strangers flee from the camp. Oddleaf is running. "They took our supplies," you hear nearby. "Chase the thieves." Really? "Come on," you shout, and several join you in the chase. You wander on the beach where some men have been waiting for you. Some terse words are exchanged about whether anything had been stolen or not. You don't see who draws the first weapons, but it ends the conversation dead. Oh, God. Okay, I'm gonna actually, let me think. I kind of like Oddleaf, but can I give her? Must be rank 4. Okay. Does he have anything? He does not. Wow, rank 4? Okay. Yeah, I have to promote him. I want to swap. That with him. So I can go over to Cromir and equip that. Let's see. Nid's already in the party. I'm wondering if I should drop out Oddleaf or Eggkill. Actually, I'm taking him. Oh, you know who I'm going to take? Frickin' Ivan. And let's put in Kermer where Oddleaf is. Oddleif? Oddleif? I don't know how to say that name. I always want to mispronounce it, but okay, this is going to be bad. Let's get him and move him in. Nope. Just ready as I can get. No. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna move right here. I'm gonna knock some of this guy's armor off. Ahead of time. Can I? No. Whoa. Oh, there we go. Actually, no, I'm just gonna rest him. These guys are gonna move. Oh, he moved a lot. What the hell was that? Stone wall. Oh, they've got an archer. Oh, that's it. It's time for the lightning. Yes. Uh-oh. Rook's getting picked on a lot. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was great. Okay. That should be just enough. Good night. Wait a minute. What does that do? Forge ahead, one adjacent ally to move and select one adjacent ally to move next in initiative. Ooh. But I'm not gonna do it. No, I'm not gonna rest. Just gonna knock this guy off the battlefield in one shot. And another idiot's gonna step up. Actually, those guys are starting to hurt. Let's move over here. No. Stop. Let's do that. That should hurt significantly. Knock some armor off. Who's low? Okay, let's move. Let's drop the lightning on this guy and help Rook out. Oh! Yep. Axe. Good grief, Crummer's taking a beating. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Pop him, Nid. Wow. Get rid of this guy. Yes, come on. There we go. Your renown grows. Ivor, promotion. Yeah. Egil, promotion. He did pretty good. Nid has a lot of potential. On lower armor targets, Nid hits pretty hard.